and Mirrors. Today's episode is brought to you by Deep Space. If you scream in space, no one can hear you. And now here's the song. One singular sensation. Every little step she takes. One singular sensation. Every move that he makes. One smile and suddenly nobody else will do. You know you'll never be lonely with you know who. And now here they are, your invenerable host, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. There's the DJ air horn. You're at Smoke and Mirrors. How you doing? You look great. You look great. You smell fantastic. I look great. Let's do a show. Got a CD out. It's not a CD. That doesn't make sense. We don't sell CDs. What would you do? What if somebody, let me ask you this. It's the holiday season. If somebody actually deigned to give you a CD, what do you suppose you would do with it? You make a coffee maker. What do you call it where you put your things? These. Coaster. Use it as a coaster. Whatever. Anyway, there's actual music on this, and it was made by me and my band, and we're fucking awesome. It's a very surprising, eclectic mix. I've asked listeners to describe it so that I can describe it for other listeners. And here's, do you like Adele? Do you like Mavis Staples? Do you like The Roots? Are you about De La Soul? Did the Hamilton original cast recording tickle your fancy? Well, let this tickle you underneath your fancy. Let this be like a third date tickle. Do you know what I'm saying? Under the shirt, over the fancy. Do you know what I'm saying? It's good. Check it out. Hey, on Tuesday, November the 24th, I am going to be here with comedian and very good friend of mine, Quinn Salame. Quinn. I've heard Quinn referred to as Quinn Salami. That's racist. I've heard Quinn referred to as Quinn Salam. That is also some bullshit. Stop it, white people. Don't do that. That's Quinn Salame, comedian. We're going to be here talking about stuff on Tuesday the 24th. Come see it. Hey, this is Smoke and Mirrors, and I want to say a thing to you. Thank you. This is just a time for thank you. Thank you to everyone who sits beneath the philosopher's tree. Thank you to everyone who chooses to share this experience. If you happen to be on Facebook, if you happen to be on YouTube, thank you for your subscribes. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your comments. If you are somebody who has a little bit of cash in your pocket because you did keep your job through this bullshit recession in the roaring 20s, guess what? Thank you for dropping 5 on it. I appreciate you. Everyone who reached out to Venmo, Carlos-Wyndham, everybody who said, nah, I'm a Cash App girl. I'm doing Cash App, $CK Wyndham. Everyone who said, yeah, that's cute, but I'm a PayPal girl. I'm going to go to PayPal/me, CK Wyndham. Thank you all for dropping 5 on it, knowing that we're talking about a proverbial 5. That 5 can be 1, and we would appreciate it just as much. Also, very special thank you to each of our patrons at the Patreon. That includes Ruthie, Erica, Amber, Aaron, Seth, Lisa, Kristen, Renisa, Michael, Natalie, Juliet, Tarika, Tracy, Venus, Jen, and Tink. all of you, I see you out there at Patreon, Smoke and Mirrors CCB. That is comedy, culture, and blackness. Thank you so much for continuing to support. Your help is appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you. It is no time not to be stylish. Do you know what I'm saying? My plan is that if this is, let's say like this, if this is the apocalypse, why not have your apocalypse on hit? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? All I mean is that, like, there's no reason. I've seen a lot of apocalypse movies. I've read a lot of books about the last days. Do you know what I've not seen? Anybody in something that was, I don't know, nice, something a little bit fancy, something a little bit glamorous. Where's the glamorous apocalypse movie? And I'm not talking about just when they're in the actual Matrix itself. Fuck that. I'm saying when you're on the Nebuchadnezzar. It's time to get fancy when you're on the Nebuchadnezzar. Do you know what I mean? Also, shout out to anyone who thought I couldn't do menswear. I won't do it like men, but that's because men are trash. Speaking of men's, man. I didn't mean to do that. It cracked me up, though. Speaking of men's, we're going to speak of men's today. I had a lovely chat earlier today in the production meeting with producer Tracy. Shout out to Tracy. Also to the intern Joshua. Love our Joshua. Love our Joshua. And we were talking about the week that we've done this week. Normally Thursdays, I just jump out of the plane and go free of any parachute and just see where we land. We did that twice this week, though, so that's boring. That's kind of, I don't know. That's hack now. And Tracy said, "Hey, why don't you put in a little bit of effort to this little thing? Instead of just sitting there and talking." And Joshua said, "I really like to do some graphics because I haven't been doing anything all week." And so I said, "All right, let's do it." So, I don't know. Let's take a hit and let's do the show. How are you? Are you okay? Seriously, you good? All right. Did you get the results back? It's gonna be good. Okay. You think your parents are gonna make it through the holiday season? Does it look pretty good for that too? All right. All right, cool. I don't care about the grades, but did the kid have a little bit of social time this semester? Did they find like a friends group some kind of way? Online is great, better actually. On the phone, are they on the phone all the time? You teenager? Whew. Maybe they're playing their Among Us right now. Thank God. Thank God they're playing something. Thank God. I hope they're playing it at home. Are they playing it in the hospital? If they're at the hospital, you at the hospital too? You watching this there? Jesus. Why would you bring me into the hospital? I know why. Yeah, no, we'll all be making some trips there in short order. Anyway, let's have fun. So if we were going to do a produced segmented show with graphics and all of the things, I wanted to be sure of a couple of things. I wanted to be assured a couple of things. I wanted to know that I didn't have to talk about the fact that we are still actually debating whether or not, who's president, really? And I don't want to talk anymore about, do you know remember when we were doing the doom scrolling and you'd wake up every morning and open your phone and try and see, hey, what horrible fucked up thing did the president say today at 6 a.m? And usually you were well assured that there was one or two things said. So I didn't want to talk about any of that. And I didn't want to talk about any accidental racists or talk poorly about either black people or black Anglo-Saxons, because they are people too, I think. I think. I did want to talk about something else though, and so let's get into it. Let's see if we can see what it is. Can we bring up the first one, please? Thank you. I wanted to talk about the phenomenon of the Earth, of the sky, of the atmosphere, and some of the things that I've been noticing. Um, One of the things you might want to know is that in the last 2 to 3 years, there has been a dramatic shift in our magnetic polar system in on the globe, on the Earth, on this here Battlestar Galactica, on this battleship here. And the thing about it is that it's incremental, but what's happening is that the North Pole seems to be taking gentrifying Siberia. Okay, the North Pole, the magnetic pole itself, seems to have decided that what it wants to do is to move from where it is to Siberia, and it's been doing it millimeter by millimeter over the last several decades, not 100 years. That would be an appropriate rate. Decades is too fast. It's too fast. And already we're about 4 degrees off of where we should be, which is, have you noticed your phone glitching in ways that you never imagined a phone could glitch recently? Well, between the fact that the magnetic poles have shifted and the fact that all of the satellites are dependent on the magnetic poles to actually be able to work correctly, that has a little bit to do with it. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. I don't like that is happening. I also don't like some of the activity in the black holes. Now, if you've been in discussion with me in the last, say, year and a half, I was talking about a black hole in our galaxy that had belched out a bunch of light into the evening sky, making it look like a light bright. That's not what they're supposed to do. What they're supposed to do is soak up everything that gets in the way, like a vagina listening to somebody like Ben Shapiro. Just dry. Just soak it up till there's nothing there, right? This is not what happened. It was with light and it in the sky. So recently, two black holes got into a fight in our galaxy, and the third black hole lit it up so we could see it. This seems to me like the sort of science fiction-y thing that shows up in real life that maybe we want to start taking a little bit of a fucking look at. And I don't know why we're not. Lots of activity is happening in the space. Oh, that's not random, Hunty. Don't no. Come on now. I know what I'm doing. This is not on accident. What I'm saying is I woke up like this. In the space. So that is very, very aggravating. The other thing that makes this very aggravating is that very recently, what happened to that? It just wanted to disappear. Do you see what just happened? Did y'all see what just happened? There was a whole picture here. Y'all saw it, right? Okay, fuck it. What the fuck just happened? Wow, that's crazy. This whole scene was a whole picture of what is happening. The Navy found a fucking UFO and it's documented. And the picture that I was showing you is literally a photo that was documented in Newsweek and it has been admitted to be true by the Pentagon and evidently can't be shown here. What the fuck? What happened? Here's where it goes. And it's not there. Okay, fine. It's supposed to be here. I don't. Wow. Y'all saw that, right? Okay. Also, the Navy had admitted recently that they had spotted an unidentified flying object. The unidentified flying object took off once it had been recorded for approximately 15 seconds at a speed that was beyond that of any capability of anything that we know about in our armed forces. This was reported by the Navy. Making Space Force suddenly seem like less of a funny idea? I don't know. So what is my point in all of this? Well, I think I had one when I started. We need to be focused on the right things right now, right? And it's not the election. The right thing that we need to be focused on right now is space monkeys, because they're coming. Okay? And they're disguised to be cute. They're supposed to be friendly and approachable and a plush animal under your Christmas tree or your Hanukkah plant, your Kwanzaa bush. Wherever you're gonna put your fucking presents, okay? They're supposed to be dolls that look like this if your kids are now watching the Star War, the current Star War. There are many of them, but there's one war happening now that they may be watching where they may have been introduced to this motherfucker. Fuck Baby Yoda. P.S. Aside right now, shout out to Joshua, because initially I had decided that this joke should be fueled by a picture of E.T., and he pointed out that that's outdated. Nobody knows who the fuck E.T. is, and if I put a picture of E.T. up there and said space monkeys, the idea of cute being opposed to ugly would just be lost on anybody who had never seen that film, which would be most anybody born after 1985, which is a lot of people who. Anyway, fuck Baby Yoda and fuck space monkeys, because they're trying to take over the planet, and they're doing it by trying to take over the government. Now, this is serious. I do want to talk about this, and it means a little something. What's happening right now is that one of the space monkeys, again, I said they can shapeshift, has shapeshifted itself into a Hollywood star. That's one of the ways that they show up. And the Hollywood star that they shapeshifted themselves into is one Marissa Tomei. Marissa Tomei, seen here as hot young Aunt May. Aunt May is supposed to be an old biddy. This is, again, just a way to bring people in. What we didn't know is that this also happens to be the cousin of one Rudy Giuliani, thereby making her, according to the stipulations of all of the dating patterns and marrying patterns of Rudy Giuliani and Newt Gingrich, a reasonable suitor. Someone he might want to bang, as it were. Well, I said that, okay, again, based on a true story. He's the one who married his cousin. Don't get upset with me. Again, the shapeshifter has been helping to push forward the alien agenda, not on purpose, not because it was the goal. It just is sort of what happened. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, the shapeshifter's recently been quoted, and I had a whole plan about how I was going to say what the quote was. Guess what? The aliens are fucking with everything. Joshua, do you have the thing we needed? There it goes. Thank you. Can you bring that up? Thank you so much, Joshua. So this alien was recently quoted in a court of law by her cousin, Rudy Giuliani, who was trying to prove something about the election. Now, the only reason I bring that up is because in trying to prove something about the election, it was the aliens trying to take over. When I say Rudy Giuliani is an alien, it's not just a matter of copulating with your cousin, okay? His face during the press conference about which I am speaking began to melt, all right? His face, I swear to God, I didn't do it. It had nothing to do with me. His face began to melt. Now, as it began to melt, it looked a little something like this. Can we bring that up, please, Joshua? Thank you. This was the melting face that we saw of that. Ugh, that is hard to take. Of one Rudy Giuliani while he was being quoted as having said in court the following: "Did you watch My Cousin Vinny? It's one of my favorite movies because he comes from Brooklyn," Giuliani said in a press conference in an effort to equate the film to the ballot count in Georgia. Surprisingly, because of all of the black votes that happen in Atlanta. So weird because they are the least racist administration in history. Giuliani added this. "And the nice lady, she says she saw, he says to her, 'How many fingers am I holding up?' And she says 3 because of how far away that she could not see that he was only holding up 2. These people were further away than my cousin Vinny was from the witness." This was in reference to alleged ballot counters and witnesses who were meant to be looking at and witnessing what was happening in the ballot count. This was only after it had been asked by a judge in a separate court appearance, because they were saying, "Hey, we didn't have any counters or witnesses in that room at all while they were counting the ballots." And do you know what the judge said? "Okay, so how many did you have?" And in a very not human, very alien response, the legal counsel said, "It was a number more than 0. Who the fuck talks like that? That's some alien shit. That's some alien shit. Listen, all I'm saying about these aliens, build that fucking wall. And it got worse. This is only one shot of Rudy melting. Can we get that other picture up, please? Thank you. Better picture. Rudy Giuliani melting in court. Actual photo of what had happened in court, because truth makes Nazis melt. Also, what we know is that they're not humans. They are aliens posing as humans. They are doing the things that they think that humans do in order to attempt a coup, in order to take power, to let more of their space monkey fucking cousins and friends in to the earth to be part of the party. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a horrible fucking thing. We don't want this. This is not appropriate. And it's not just this one. It is not just this one. It's this one. It's this one. Also, it's this one. Oh, Tim, and asking this? Sweetheart, you've come to the wrong place to troll. I troll the trolls. Be off. Lord. It's what they do. It's their culture. They have no choice. Of course you would show up here to say a thing about who's watching and who's not when we're doing first run, honey. You don't. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. I understand, though, because there is a disease that happens with the lack of melanin that starts to affect the ability to do any cognitive reasoning. Ugh, I'm sorry, Tim. Also does something to the size of the shorts, and it makes one require help, much like the help that is being offered to Donald Trump here. And you can see it happening. He's being delivered what we might call a Rudy. He's getting a Rudy. And he's being helped to get this Rudy by this gentleman who, again, swears he is the least racist around, like our new friend Tim. They're not racists. They just need to get the power, which is why through the space hole, they're letting their friends, the other friends, like Tim, space monkeys. He's probably one of them, shape-shifting. Here he is in the middle of a shape-shift, Mr. Graham, while he is arguing his point. It's so disgusting to watch. Look at them. That's why they look like aging candles as time goes on. That's why they melt like aging candles. It's rough. It is rough. Last one, and then I'm going to let it go because I really don't have time for hecklers. They are special though. They are cute, and it's nice light work for me when we get back out on the road. So let's do it. Let's do this. Hey, Tim, YOU''RE, your, smarty, your, like that. And also, yes, I am lame. As in disabled, but we don't say things like that anymore in 2020. That would be like me just assuming that you were a, I don't know, illiterate Appalachian. See, that would be inappropriate because the Appalachians and the mountain people that have come to be known as hillbillies by the whites, in order for you to be able to create categories of superiority within your own dumb race, the thing about that is that those people were referred to as such because they were working in partnership with all of those who were fighting for the freedom of Africans, much like John Brown. So, if we're going to take our little dumb philosophies here and we're going to do it with misspellings, eek, we are at the wrong party. It is nice to see you, though. Thank you for pooping in the punch. Anyway, they are not racist. You know that Tim's not racist. You know that Tim loves Ice Cube. You know that Tim loves some Ice Cube because Ice Cube's for Trump and Ice Cube's for Zionist Jews and Ice Cube's for the end of the world. And of course, they're not racists. And Ice Cube's not a racist, and he's useful because who needs to hear from anyone more than we need to hear from a retired middle-aged rapper who is known far more as a actor in family films at this point. This dude has no spine. He's a shapeshifter. He's one of the aliens. He's disguised as a black person. He's been everything from Doughboy to Fudge to whatever the fuck this Zionist piece of shit is now. It's so terribly confusing. So terribly confusing. I do love the fanship and the free rental space in the heads of my new fans. Because you love black people, which is why they shape shift into the shapes of again, we know they're aliens. This is not what black people act like. Black people are not stupid enough to be running around insisting that nobody wear a mask. Why would? That's niggardly. And it might kill you. You might be the one of the lucky winners of the Donald Trump COVID-19 lottery. You might be somebody who gets the Trump mumps if, in fact, you're a shapeshifter who disguises yourself as one of these. Or a Latino for Trump. Stop it. No such. No such. That's Latinos who help hate themselves. Who help hate themselves, really? That wasn't the script. Who hate themselves, right? That's what... All right. Latinos who hate themselves. Whatever. Let's keep it moving. The thing that we know, and we've discussed this before a little bit, about when you have a human president, even one who fucks up a lot, you know, one who's not my favorite. I was not down with your boy, right? No president prior to Barack Obama had bombed more Africans on this planet than any other president, except him. He bombed more Africans. It was him. Now, did he do that to uphold the system? Yeah, sure enough he did. But was he a real human president? Yeah. And you know how you can tell? Because during the time that he was president and during the time that he was making the decisions to kill the people, which I'm sure he had some kind of feeling about, because look at what it did to your boy. And every president before. It just gray you down, just gray you down, just gray you down. Do you know what I'm saying? Just gray you down. Oh, look at you loving how we read the Thank you, Hunty. Reading trolls is easy, baby. I've been reading for a very, very long time. And quite frankly, you can't read me, sweetheart, because I'm going to read myself. Are you serious? Look at this. Look at this. This is like, what is happening right now? I'm serving all sorts of like Isaac Hayes fucking realness. Are you serious with these glasses? Oh my God. Is that Male presenting person in lipstick? What the fuck is happening here? Looks like a goddamn milk dud lollipop with lipstick on. Yeah, can't read me. I know what I'm serving. I know what I'm serving. Our last president knew what he was serving. The realness. I didn't like it all the time. I disagreed with him a lot of the time. But at least we knew what we were fighting and we could coalesce ourselves in a fight. Now, have you noticed what this motherfucker's doing? Again, because we don't hate black people and we're not competing with Obama. Of course, we're not Mr. Trump. Have you noticed that since the election, that your boy has stopped? Where's the yellow number 5? Where's that yellow number 5 that gave him that glorious bale of straw look that he was serving so strongly? Where is the ferocity? Again, shapeshifter. He's trying to look like a president. He's trying to look like what presidents are supposed to look like. It went wrong. The whole country looks more gray. If you saw a picture of me from 4 years ago, Jesus Christ, what this person has done to the actual humans. But him looked the same the whole time. He did a fucking Superman 2. He got into the chamber. The fucking kryptonite started as it did its fucking thing. All of the energy got sucked out. And we, like General Zod, just assumed, you're going to age and maybe you're even going to die. You old, overweight, eating Taco Bell piece of shit. But no, we aged. He stayed the same, and now he's putting on a white wig, trying to look like a fucking president, hoping he's going to get on a goddamn $20 bill. Look at this alien motherfucker. Fucking yeah, Tim. Yeah. I just said that you are a fucking alien. Fuck you, Tim. This has been another Smoke and Mirrors. Thank you so much for joining us today, and a special shout out to our new fan and my biggest friend, little tiny Tim. If you are interested to do such a thing, you could troll me over at the IG at smokeandmirrorsecb. That is comedy, culture, and blackness. You could also troll me, Tim, over there at the Twitter, Caballo Negrito. Twitter at Caballo Negrito, which literally, for those of you who do not speak Spanish, the monolingual amongst us, translate to Tim, go fuck yourself from the back. Caballo Negrito, Tim, go fuck yourself from the back. If you have a comment, a question, a suggestion, you can reach out to us at smokeandmirrorsecb. That is for comedy, culture, and blackness at gmail.com. I do look forward to your answers, replies, and queries. That is the most fun. I love your fan mail. I love your hate mail even more. This is a thing that is produced and hosted by myself, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. This is also produced by Tracy Tatamy. Listen, people, the fucking space monkeys are here. Tim is one of them. Do yourself a favor. Stay the fuck inside. They're trying to get you. They're trying to kill off the human race with this new virus they're spreading all over. It's the Trump's mumps. You got to stay inside so you don't get the Trump's mumps, okay? If you do go outside, do yourself a favor. Wear a fucking mask. In fact, you know what? Wear 2 masks all the time when you're inside. Then when you go outside, you can take off 1 mask and you can feel free as a goddamn bird. Then when you come back inside, wash your hands. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Why? Because I love you and I want to see you back here next week. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I love you. I love you. Especially Tim. I'll see you back here next week. Bye-bye.